Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Family Matters. I truly hope you and your family are healthy, peaceful, and blessed today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. You know, every episode we do is dedicated to strengthening families and creating a better society. But today's topic is an absolutely crucial one. We're diving into social awareness, specifically the profound idea that global societal change actually starts right at your very own dining room table. Stick around, because the insights we're breaking down today are real game changers, and they might just inspire some immediate positive changes in your own home. So let me ask you directly, where do you think real change actually begins? When people talk about transforming society or making the world a better place, they almost always point to, well, really big, large-scale places. But our source material today sets up a wildly surprising contrast to those common assumptions.
Okay, let's dive into this. We naturally assume the responsibility for a better society belongs to the government, or our schools, or these massive institutions, right? But the source points out a fundamental and honestly often forgotten truth. Society isn't built in those offices. It's built directly inside our homes. Literally every honest person, every responsible citizen, and every caring parent begins their entire journey within a family structure.
To really get a handle on this, the text introduces this beautiful, incredibly vivid metaphor. Picture a massive tree that stood tall for hundreds of years. We all easily admire a society's branches, right? Its economy, its culture, the shade it provides. But how often do we think about the roots hidden beneath the ground? Those roots represent the family unit. They are the hidden, structural foundation that actually keeps the whole thing standing. And the absolute crux of this argument is captured perfectly right here. If the roots become weak, the strongest tree will eventually fall. It's a pretty stark warning. When fundamental things like love, respect, honesty, and responsibility start to disappear from the home, the entire societal tree slowly begins to rot. I mean, we simply cannot expect a peaceful world outside if peace doesn't even exist inside our own houses. And this brings us to a huge modern paradox. We live in this hyper-digital age where we're constantly connected, yet many families have literally never felt more isolated. We've all seen it. A family sitting around the exact same dining table, but everybody is just glued to a different glowing rectangle. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? We can reply to a total stranger 1,000 miles away in 3 seconds, but we completely ignore the person passing us the salt.
True social awareness means actually paying attention to the people right in front of us. The source maps out this really touching empathy map of hidden battles. Think about it. A father smiling through immense, invisible financial pressure. A mother hiding deep exhaustion behind a smile. Or children struggling with unspoken fears and loneliness, absolutely terrified no one will understand them. It's a powerful reminder that kindness has to come before judgment, because every single family member might be fighting a battle you can't even see.
Let's just pause thoughtfully on this for a second. Physical closeness does not equal emotional connection. The greatest distance between two people isn't measured in kilometers or miles. It's measured by what happens when hearts simply stop communicating, even while sleeping under the exact same roof. You see, families usually grow apart not because love just vanishes into thin air, but because the communication stops. People stop asking how the other is doing, they stop listening without interrupting. And then, small misunderstandings mutate into these massive conflicts. But there's a surprisingly simple remedy. Just saying, "I am sorry," "I understand," "Thank you," or "How can I help you?" Those simple words have the immense power to heal relationships that might look completely impossible to repair.
Now we've got to talk about another major hurdle, the trap of comparison. Social media is constantly feeding us these curated highlights. Perfect vacations, flawless homes, perfect marriages. But what you don't see are the real-life struggles just out of frame. Comparing your real difficult days to someone else's highlight reel, it's a total trap. It only breeds toxicity and disappointment. Because the truth is, for sure, every single family has problems.
So how do we fix this? The source suggests reframing the whole concept. Instead of competing with other people, we need to compete with ourselves. Ask yourself, right now, how can I become a better family member? How can I be a better son, daughter, parent, or spouse? If you're going to compare yourself to anything, compare who you are today to who you were yesterday. That is the metric that actually builds better human beings.
And look, when conflicts inevitably pop up, the source uses this brilliant metaphor of a boat in a storm to guide us. Storms, whether they are financial struggles or health problems, are totally unavoidable. But if you acknowledge the shared problem, stand together as a united front, and fight the problem instead of fighting each other, the boat reaches the shore safely. But if you turn on each other, the boat sinks. It's really that simple. And maintaining that united front is absolutely crucial for one big reason: children. Kids learn way more from what they see than what they hear. Whether they're witnessing respect and forgiveness or anger and insults, that directly shapes their entire future. If they see forgiveness, they learn compassion. Every single action inside your home is literally becoming the blueprint for how your kids will build their own families one day.
All right, let's zoom out a bit to the macro level. Social awareness doesn't just magically stop at your front door, it ripples outward. It means going out and helping an elderly neighbor or supporting someone who has completely lost hope. It's visiting relatives in person instead of just firing off a text, and teaching our kids to treat all workers with dignity. These tiny, everyday acts of kindness that we perfect at home, they eventually radiate out to create truly extraordinary, strong communities.
Which brings us to an incredibly poignant reminder from the text. A house is built with bricks, sure, but a family? A family is built with love. A society might be built with infrastructure and laws, but a nation is built with strong families. If we want a safer, better future for the next generation, we have to start creating kinder, more loving homes today. Every shared meal, every honest conversation, that is another brick in the foundation of a much stronger society. I want to wrap up our explainer today by leaving you with one final, provocative thought. What can you do today, like right now, to make your family stronger? Maybe it's calling your parents, letting go of an old grudge, or just sincerely thanking your spouse for everything they do. Please, never wait until tomorrow to show love, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Take some positive action today. Thank you so much for learning with me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.